Hello. I'm making an inwardness meditation video for you guys, and I think that's cool that Viro asked me to do this video. I appreciate that you want to get into meditation. I think it is absolutely important for your health, and it's very good that you want to do this. I have a lot to say in this video for my own life, and I guess I'm gonna put this all into this meditation video and go through an entire meditation for my own life, for my own perspective, how I view things, how I feel things, how I meditate and cry my way through. So I might be crying in this video, maybe not, I don't know. I already cried a whole lot today, whole lot. I woke up at 7 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep, and I felt it was just the feelings of my childhood trauma were coming up, and I was just crying and crying, and I just felt like it felt so raw, It felt like how in the world can I live like this, How can I live with those kind of emotions? So I want to put this into the video, and it's very difficult for me to word myself. I already tried this video like 5 times and had to turn it off again because I feel embarrassed. But I don't want to turn it off another time, no. I feel extremely self-conscious. Okay. But I think this is important to make a meditation video. It's very important. I'm trying to relax, but it's not easy, I feel like I need to sit forward or something, but I need to relax, I want to relax. Man, this is difficult. Wow, I can't believe how difficult my life is, it's so unbelievably difficult. And it's all psychological, as my whole life is, my whole life is about psychoterror. And it just continues like this. It's an energetic pattern. It continues like that. I see the red. There's the red. Oh my gosh, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, my gosh. I wish I could show the red. But if I turn the computer around, oh baby, my gosh. Oh baby, I love you. Oh gosh. Oh baby, she's eating a real large apple and has already eaten like 3/4 of that real large apple. I can see that from here. And now she's eating more from inside of that apple. Oh baby, that tastes so incredibly good. With the little white hands. And the cat now right underneath. Oh, the cat sees him. Oh, you see him. You see her or him. I don't know what gender the rat is. The cat is a female. You see him. Yeah, I can see. I can. The cat sees the rat. Cat sitting right underneath the rat, and the rat does not see the cat for some reason. Oh, I wished I could show this now. Oh man, that would be awesome. Maybe I can. I just really slowly turn this around and show. Now see, as soon as I turned this, the rat quickly retreated, but the kitty sees the rat. Yes, she sees the rat. Yes, that's good. That's exciting. Okay, but now this is distracting me a whole lot now from what I wanted to do. It takes me out of my own emotions even. But there's the rat again. There, oh baby, the cat ran off, and now the rat is back. Maybe I can. No, no. Every time I move, the rat disappears. Kitty, yes. What is going on? Yes. But yeah, I don't want to get distracted now by the rat again. So it's hilarious. But anyway, so those animals, they make me feel better, you know. They give me joy in my life, you know, and that means infinitely much to me. I love animals. They're so pure. They're not cruel to you, you know. They would never be cruel to you. So the way you go into meditation is you sit on a couch or you sit on the grass, and that would be even better, to sit on the grass and get grounded. But it's kind of uncomfortable to sit on the grass. I need to sit on this chair and lean back and look at the tree and the rat. And you try to relax at least as much as you can. Try to relax your shoulder muscles and your body, and maybe move your shoulders a little bit around. Or you can also stand up and shake your whole body, and I've already shown that many times before. And just do random movements and shake out your muscles, and then you sit down and you breathe. Okay, you breathe deeply through your abdomen. We often forget to breathe deeply through our entire body because we're tense and agitated, and we go into fight or flight situation, mind state. And when we're in that state, we are like the body focuses very much only on danger, but there's no danger really. There's no direct danger. It is the psychological perception of danger. Okay? Psychologically, we feel like we have to be on guard all the time. We need to be guarded. And that causes the fight or flight effect. And then we don't breathe really thoroughly. You know. Everything goes into this on guard state, alert state, and high blood pressure and all of that. Yeah. So we need to shake that out as much as we can. We need to remember to breathe deeply through the entire body, through the abdomen, through the entire lungs. Okay, it's very important. It's good to do that outside to get more air into your lungs. It's kind of loud here, but it's important for me to be out here in the garden. Breathe, okay? Breathe. And don't suppress anything. Don't suppress any thought that comes up. Just sit there and allow. And don't act it out. Don't even act it out in your mind. Don't plan on retaliation or plan on what am I going to say? Okay, if he says this, what am I going to say back? Don't do it. Okay, just breathe and allow whatever there is around you, the noises, the wind. Just breathe. Make sure you breathe. Okay. You don't have to observe anything. You don't even have to observe your breath. There are some other meditations for that. I'm really doing this real pure Jiddu Krishnamurti meditation because that is the raw meditation. That is the total inwardness process. Okay? That's also the ego dissolution funnel. But you're not in there yet, in the ego dissolution funnel. You're not there yet. You're just shaking out your muscles. You sit down, you breathe. That's where you're at this moment. Okay, I'm just trying to demonstrate how this works. I'm demonstrating this on myself. Breathe. Very important. If thoughts come up, he hurt me. Okay, I'm not going to make a plan on it. I'm not going to think about committing suicide, jumping from the bridge. I'm not going to think about retaliation in particular. I'm already completely through with that kind of stuff. I was never really into it, but I know how that feels like when you get into that state. Okay, I'll get into that later. Don't think about plans or retaliation or getting even or showing someone or teaching someone a lesson or whatever, or grounding someone. That's not grounding anyway. So all of these, mind states of where people, they feel like they need to get even with someone, or they think they're standing up for themselves, but it's not. Okay. Standing up for yourself is done right in that moment when you're being attacked or when there's injustice happening. That's when you stand up for yourself or for others, right in that moment, not later. If you do it later, it's retaliation. It doesn't do any good. I mean, only in the sense if you go later to someone and you say, without retaliating, you say straight to their face, straight to their eyes, look, what you said earlier hurt me. Okay. And then we can talk. Okay, we can talk this through. So you can do that. Okay, I recommend you to do that. But when someone is mean to you, stand up for yourself in that very moment. Set the record straight. Stand up for justice. When you see lies, correct those lies. Say that's a lie, that's not true. There's tons of people slandering me behind my back. I don't even see it because the people that slander me blocked me, so I can't see what they say to other people. I can tell that this is going on. I can see this also from the troll reactions, from the troll comments, and from the other people reacting to the people, to all of those people behind my back. I breeze through it. I can't even stand up for myself if I'm being basically slandered behind my back. Okay, I can only, and it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. I actually had thoughts when I woke up. I had thoughts: should I go on Paul's computer, and should I create a different account? Thoughts were going through my mind. Should I do this? Should I spy on them? Should I check and see what they say behind my back, so that later on I can set the record straight or whatever, There are people that hate me so much they want to kill me, okay? And they also think it's funny, to be dumping on me and slandering me and saying really horrible things about me. Turning people against me. I can't even stand up for myself because I don't see it happening. But I was thinking about doing this, creating another channel, maybe with Paul's computer, so that the hacker doesn't see that I'm using Paul's computer to create another channel and then go in there sort of masked, like what the trolls do, what the bullies are doing with hundreds of accounts. And then I thought, no, I'm not gonna do it. That goes against my own principles, that goes against my own philosophy to do this. I don't want to do it, because if I do this, then I pitch into the very war that I want to end. Teal Swan said on Facebook today, be the antidote. Be the antidote to the wars that are going on in the world. How can I be the antidote if I create an incognito channel and then go on there and make a point? I've done that only one time with Viral Zane Starshine on his Starshine, communicating with his Starshine account. So I did that one time, but I did that more like this here. It wasn't to bully him or humiliate him. It was kind of to make a point, but it was obvious that it was me, and I said it was me. So I said it directly to your face, and whatever I say to you, I say to your face. I say to your multiple faces that are out there. And if I don't know if that is this or this or this or any, I don't know who any of these people are that are behind the keyboard. I can only guess, but I say it to you, and you know I say it to you. I never say it behind your back. I never say mean things about you. When I say something to straighten out the records, fact checks, I say it to you. That's my contribution to make the world better. And so I decided I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna look and see what Pat told me once, that they're all slandering me. And I believe him 100%. I can see that by the reactions already of people. Then Pat wasn't even talking to me very much yesterday. Even though I was talking to him, he wasn't talking back, and I didn't understand why. So I felt like he's mad at me, and I don't know why he's mad at me. Or maybe the hater said something about me that turned him against me. That could be too, because they do that all the time. So this meditation here is about truth, okay? And the truth is that I don't want to pull my weapons out and lash out. I've gotten mad a few times, really, really, really mad, and I bared it all, my whole anger, but without going at your throat. I just said how I feel, that's all. I would never go after you in a mean way. I would never talk shit about you behind your back to anyone. I'd never slander you. I would never hurt you. I'd never deliberately hurt your feelings. Okay. I never play head games. This is a fact here. Okay. I never play head games. And if it comes across as that, you talk to me. You tell me this is how it felt. Okay? And then I will straighten it out and I say, I did not mean to make you feel bad. You sit on the couch, you breathe, and you're not even you're going into the inwardness meditation process. This is the inwardness meditation process, when you no longer lash out at others. At least not for that 1 hour that you're sitting on the couch. You're doing the inwardness meditation process. Later on you might relapse and lash out again. Okay? But become consciously aware. Become more and more consciously aware of your act outs, of that lashing out and the retribution and all of this. Okay. Become consciously aware about it, about the narcissistic repair. The ego wants to repair itself. The ego is hurt by some incidental thing, something that isn't even meant to hurt you. Or some other people, someone you like is having fun, and you don't like that. They're talking, they're having fun, they're laughing, and you feel excluded. They didn't mean to exclude you, they didn't mean to hurt you, but your ego feels like excluded, and then the ego says, I need to retaliate. That's narcissistic repair. And then the ego wants to retaliate. And then when the ego feels like, okay, I need to retaliate in an incognito way. I need to make it look like I'm just trolling, I'm just having fun. I'm laughing my ass off. But it's really retaliation, and the brain is cooking in anger. That's what's happening. I'm pointing this out to you. I'm taking that lid off your head, and I'm letting you look into it. And if you're not willing to look into that, then you're not even in the inwardness meditation process. Then you're just sitting on the couch without doing the inwardness meditation. If you want to do the inwardness meditation process, you have to be willing to look into that lid, into that brain, like Hannibal Lecter, cutting that guy's scalp off, and then cutting something out and sizzling it on the pan and giving it to that to that FBI agent to eat. and she threw up, I guess. I forgot now. It was a while back that I watched that film. But anyway, no, they didn't. They didn't take that cap off in order to look into it. And you couldn't, even if you did. If you took that off and you saw your brain, what can you see, right? You can only see meat. You still can't see what's actually happening in terms of neuronal connections. So leave that on there, that scalp, that head cappy. Leave that on there. Don't cut yourself into your skull. Never do that. There are some crazy people that do that, but please don't do that. So the way you look into that, the way you take that lid off is metaphorically. You take the lid off psychologically and you look into it. Psychologically, because the whole thing is psychological. The whole thing is based on words, and you think those are just words. No, that's a world of words and feelings and interactions and psychology. Okay, there's a whole world going on. There's a war going on inside of your brain. There's a war going on in the chat room. I'm way too sensitive for that. Way too sensitive to be in any chat room. That's a fact. That's really a fact. I'll get into this more in detail later. In order to go into that inwardness meditation process, you have to be willing to look into yourself. Okay? That's introspection. Okay? Inwardness means I'm willing to look into myself. I'm willing to see myself in the mirror psychologically. Okay? I'm willing to look at it. And if I see something very ugly, okay, in that psychological mirror, then I should embrace that and say, okay, I see something ugly happening with my behavior. I have opened up 200 incognito accounts with which I troll people. That's an ugly behavior. That's what you need to say to yourself. You need to say to yourself, what I see there is abhorrent. You need to recognize that you're terrorizing people with all of those accounts. You're tormenting people with them. And when you try to not let it out, then it becomes even worse. Then it comes out sideways. It snarls out. It comes out in a covert way, in an even more cruel way. So suppressing is not going to work. You can't suppress that stuff. That's why we have to go into the meditation. You cannot suppress that stuff and act like you're fine. You can't. It doesn't work that way. I can't do it. There's no way. If I feel jealous of someone, there's no way I can continue to act like I'm all cool. Like, ha ha ha, let's joke around. No, I can't joke around when I feel tormented, or when I'm jealous, or when I'm heartbroken. I can't pretend anything. Don't pretend something. Don't snarl it out. Don't make others suffer even more. Don't do it anymore. Don't make other people or beings in general, animals and humans, don't make them suffer anymore. That's my message to Viro. That's my message to all of you. That's my message to the whole world. This is not going anywhere. Making others suffer, and you know very well that you want to make others suffer, is not going anywhere. This is not going to lead you forward. This is not going to give you good results for your life. It's going to make people hate you. It's going to make everyone turn away from you. You might find a masochistic woman who is, I'm not masochistic. You might find a masochistic lady who likes to be abused. But that relationship is not going to make you happy. It's not going to give you the results you want. It's not going to make you happy to beat the shit out of her because she said something, some wrong word. And then she'll say, it's just a word, right? But for you, it made you psycho, that word. But if someone says to you, that hurt me what you said. Oh, it's just words. You see how you double standard this? I mean, the double standard, that really pisses me off. That pisses me off in Paul and in all people. When I see double standards, that I find that so incredibly infuriating. I don't even have words to say to that. I mean, it makes me so incredibly mad and makes me so angry. Makes me so upset when I see that. And when my own anger comes up, then immediately I have irrational fears, and all of this happens right now in this moment. Okay? Irrational fears are coming up. I hate it when I get mad at what? I absolutely hate it. I don't like getting mad. I don't like to get annoyed when I see double standards or injustices. I don't like it. This is not what I want to experience. Okay? And then irrational fears come up because of my own anger. Trying to sort all of this out now. This is my shit, this is your shit. This is their shit. Let's sort this all out. It was like one convoluted mess, right? So let's sort this out, okay? Which ones is yours? Which ones is mine? Okay. So that you can look at what is yours and do an inventory, okay, on your issues, on your act outs. Don't mix that up with someone else's act outs. Keep that separated. Know where the other person's act outs begin and where your act outs end, so that you have your range there to look at. Okay, that's the pot that I want you to look into. Okay? Your range of act outs, your behavior. Recognize it first of all. When you say you hate yourself, in that very moment, you are entering into the ego dissolution funnel. That very moment. Okay. View that as a success. Okay, you're going in the right direction here. This is not going to stay stuck with that. Okay, you're not hate worthy. You're not deserving of hate. You're You don't deserve to hate yourself. You don't deserve to be hated. You don't deserve to be disrespected or shunned or shamed. None of that. This all happened in childhood, okay? To an innocent child. The act-outs, they develop later on in life. Self-repair mechanisms that don't repair anything, that just make it worse, that cause even more problems with other people, and then the ego says, see, there you go, nobody likes me, but you have done it to yourself out of your own reactiveness. Okay, so become aware about all of that. Once you become aware, you see the whole picture in front of you. Then you can say, there's the bus coming towards me. I better step out of the way. I better not act out in this way anymore. I see now what I'm doing. I see my own act-outs in the past. And sometimes they come up in the present, and I stop myself before I do it, because I don't want to go into that direction. I want to go forward, not sideways. Sideways or backwards is not going to make me heal. I want to heal myself. I'm determined. This is my mission. My mission in my life is I want to heal myself. I don't want to dabble along in this self-pity and feeling stepped on, unempowerment. You know, with my mother, like, she wronged me. I've done that for 50 years. My mother. It's true, but I can't be stuck in that feeling. If I stay stuck in that feeling, she wronged me, I will not move forward. I will not heal. But then in order to heal, we have to be willing. Also, some people are not even willing to see that their mothers have wronged them, because it doesn't fit into their religion or worldview or whatever, self-lies, there's people that have that are immersed in a conglomeration of self-deception and self-lies. A lot of women do this. They won't admit that their mothers have wronged them or are still wronging them. They won't admit their mothers are toxic. They're toxic like pharma drugs. So they won't admit that they really have to pack up and leave, leave that mother fucker, okay? Seriously. So later on, when you get into the healing process, you can see her for what she is, a pitiful existence, okay? A troll. That is what my mother is. She's never going on the healing path. Never. It's never going to happen. All I can hope that is that she and my brother are not going to hurt each other in this situation that they're in right now. So I'm out of that picture. She can't hurt me anymore. But the troll in her wants to hurt someone. And the troll in her wants to hurt the very person who feeds her, the very person who gives her love. Because that's the only person around her. My dad and my brother also. My dad won't put up with it. My dad's always somewhere else. But my brother is now the one taking care of her. I can only say I wish them the best. I send them sunbeams of love and healing. That's all I can say to this. I've tried to help them. I've tried to give advice and all of this. I don't know if they're ready for that advice. I don't know if anyone really is ready for my advice. Anywhere, wherever you guys are. But I'm going to give this advice anyway. I'm going to make these videos anyway. Videos for the animals, justice, reform. The whole world needs to be reformed. Everything is total BS. The way humans have managed all of this. That's why I'm waiting for the robots to fix all of that. I can't fix it. I'm just Nikki, Daisy, Dandelion. A one single person. I would get killed if I tried to help. If I go into a pig farm, they'll kill me. They'll kill me before I can even get to the gestation crates to let the pigs out. That's why we need robots. And they won't ever listen to me, those pig farmers or anyone in the world. They will never listen to me. They see everything through a completely different perspective on things. Don't tell me how to run my life. They see me as evil. They see me as Satan. Okay. Satan, yes, I am an accuser. That's what Satan means, the accuser. I'm an accuser, but rightly so. I don't want to stay stuck in that accusation mode. So I have to pay attention to all of this at the same time. We have to say things. This is wrong. Okay, that's an accusation. That's appropriate. Okay, we need to say what's wrong in the world and with anything, with myself. But then I have to let go. I go into that inwardness meditation, and I have to recognize, I was stuck there. I was stuck on a treadmill with my accusation. So I got to get out of that. I got to give this a break. I have to completely let go of my mother. So that's a fact. Okay. And I had to break off the financial support for my parents. I had to. It took me a very, very long time. Like child Nicola at age, when did I quit? I quit the financial support in February 2020. Yes. At 55. Child Nicola at age 55 is still getting child support from her parents, welfare from her parents. I mean, first of all, that already is like, it has loser written on it, That's for sure. But that's not the only criterion. The main criterion was this dependency to my parents, who then can say mean things to me and about me while I'm still tethered to them. So I had to cut that tether. My therapist, Esther Odermatt, told me that a long time ago. She told me that when I was 26, that I had to do that. I wasn't ready for a very, very long time. I thought I needed their help. I couldn't make it without their help. And without Paul, I would not be able to make it without their help. I would not. I don't know how I would make it through life without Paul. So that's a fact. But then Paul and I, we got together, we joined forces, and we made something. We worked on stuff, on projects together, okay? So in that sense, I feel like, sort of like, I don't know, I can't even say halfway, it's like a quarter accomplished in this, I give Paul 3/4 of this. It was his house we sold. It's mainly his work. I don't know handiwork very well. I can only assist. So I assisted as much as I could, also with my mental illness. It was very, very difficult. So I give him 3/4 of this. But 1/4 of this I have helped. We have done a lot of work. Okay, I have also done a lot of work. So in that sense, we have created this. We have made it happen. I gave Gabriela my painting. She did the notary work with Ernie. And so I added things to this, okay? And now we have 2 houses. And we have the other big one because I found it. Okay. And it was real hard to talk him into getting it. I had worked real hard on him to talk him into it. But then he was kind of glad he got it because the house is worth at least 5 times the amount that we paid. So, and also with some handiwork and some improvements, my artwork flowing over in both houses, okay, that will also add to it. So my artwork adds to this. So I feel like a quarter, it's my accomplishment too, okay. I have to give myself that credit for it. So I live frugally, we live very frugally. We want to move to the desert. We want to sell the houses, hopefully get money for the houses, okay. And we're not romantically together. We're just a team. We're hopefully a team, hopefully doing teamwork. It's not easy. We're both difficult, okay. So, but we're best friends, and that means a whole lot to me. So I have one best friend in person. That means a whole lot to me. That means infinitely much to me. Okay. And I have Sandy in France, who means infinitely much to me. I also have Donna as a friend, but I don't get to see her very often. My politician lady, great person. She's accomplished a lot also locally, but I don't get to see or talk to her very much. So, but we helped her also. We got things accomplished. We got things accomplished for the animals and for the environment here. So I have to give myself some credit for that. Okay. So that didn't happen because of my parents' support. So that happened out of my own work, my own dedication, teamwork, and so on. So I have to remind myself that I have actually done something that is worthwhile. Okay. Because my mother would do exactly the opposite. She would do anything she can to make me feel unaccomplished and like a loser and ugly, okay, and anything she'd make me feel like I'm laughing stock. So very toxic person, okay, out of her own mental illness. I feel sorry for her for that. I really do. But I can't stay stuck on that treadmill. But it was absolutely vital for me to cut the ties. Vera Wilhelmsen on YouTube talks about this in her videos. Great woman. Great person. She wants to become a motivational speaker. She already is. And I talked to her a couple of times in comment exchanges under her videos. I always complimented her videos. I haven't watched her videos lately, too much going on with my own stuff, but I want to go back to her channel. I want to watch her videos, want to see how she's doing. Real amazing young woman, okay, who's going to make it very far. Okay. And that's also what Teal Swan's talking about, and it's also what Louis House is talking about, and it's also what Jiddu Krishnamurti was talking about. When people, it's actually easier for people to do that inwardness meditation when they hit absolute rock bottom, when their lives are when they when they lost all of their money, or they're getting sick, or they're alcoholics, or they're down and out, or some people end up on the street. But when they really hit the bottom of misery, then it's sometimes easier for them to see, oh yeah, I need to reform, I need to change my approach here. And so Vera Wilhelmsen was very sick, and that woke her up, that opened her eyes to the situation with her mother, who was also very toxic to her. And so she, at a very young age, I don't know, she was like 20 or something, was already able to turn her life around, and with total dedication. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Really an inspiration. So for me, it was a lot more sluggish, this process, because I had it too good. Both my brother and I, we had it too good. It's like, it is sort of, as they say, a blessing and a curse at the same time. You get your money, you don't even, where does the money come from? From the ATM machine, yes. Yeah, now later on, internet shopping. Click, click, click. There, I bought more stuff with my parents' money. That doesn't feel so good, but let me suppress that. No. No, I don't want to continue like this. I also don't want to continue with that over-consuming. I really don't want to do that anymore. I want to listen to Vivienne Westwood, what she said, sew your own clothes. I really want to listen to her with that. And I've already sewn a bunch of stuff. And I want to continue that and get better at it. And I really like it. I'm a designer also. I like designing. I like making. So cutting the ties financially and emotionally to my parents was absolutely vital for me. Okay, so that put me onto the inwardness process. That very process. So when I sit down and I breathe, and I feel wronged, but I don't do anything about it, I let it be. I don't suppress it. I look at it. They wronged me, my parents, whatever, the haters on the internet, they were mean to me. I'm not even going to try to explain it away or to justify their actions or say, oh, they had childhood pain. Not in this moment when I'm meditating. Later on, I can do that. But right now, they hurt me. Let's focus on me, okay? They hurt me. How does it feel? It's raw. It feels raw and painful. It brings up my childhood pain of feeling made to feel ugly and rejected and unloved, made to feel like trash. My brother won't show himself with me in public, okay? Because I'm overweight and my haircut and all of that. It is what it is. I'm not gonna get into this now. I'm not gonna explain it away or figure out a plan to retaliate, or no, I'm not gonna do it. It is what it is. I'm not going to explain his pain and so on and all of this. Okay. Or my mother's pain or the troll's pain or whatever. Right now, I'm going into it. What does it feel like, Nicola? It feels raw. That's what we did in primal therapy also. This was really the main question. What does it feel like? expect, elicit anything from others, don't plan on doing anything with them. You go into your own mind. Okay, that's the inwardness process. What does it feel like to me in that moment? What does it feel like my brother can't show himself in public with me? What does it feel like? It feels raw. I feel treated like trash. I called it the chewing gum clown. I felt like the chewing gum clown. My brother doesn't like chewing gum, and I don't think he likes clowns. So it's like a double red flag. I was like, it's that chewing gum clown, that does everything wrong according to society. I wrote a poem about this a while back, a couple of years ago. I'm the chewing gum clown, and I will never adapt to society. Why? Because I don't agree with society. That's why. It needs to be reformed. But now I'm swaying away from how I feel. My brother doesn't want to show himself in public with me. How does it feel? Okay? Let me address that. How does that feel? I'm not going to adapt. I'm not going to cater. No way. I don't even agree with that lifestyle and that society that he is in. All that fake shit. No way. Okay? But how does it feel? It brings up my pain, right? It brings up my pain. So let me feel that pain in that moment. What does it feel like? It feels raw. I feel dumped. I feel put in the trash can. I feel disrespected. I feel shunned. Feels very raw. The hater made me feel like this too. All the haters, all of them. And then what does it feel like when the hater flirts with other women in front of me? What does it feel like? I feel dumped. I feel rejected. I feel ugly. Okay. I feel jealous. Okay. I'm jealous. So how does it feel like? I'm not going to explain anything. I'm not going to play head games. I stick right now to that feeling. I'm leaving other people alone. What does it feel like? I'm on my couch or my chair or on the grass, and I sit there and I breathe. I'm jealous. So what does it feel like? What does the jealousy feel like? It feels raw. It feels devastating. I feel dumped. I feel replaced. I feel ugly and old. I feel shamed. That's the pain. Shamed. I feel shamed. There's a lot of pain in that. A lot. We all have been shamed. I tell you that. You guaranteed. Every single one. Every one of us. Even Hillary Clinton. Everyone. Almost everyone. Maybe not Bindi Irwin. Okay, so Bindi and Robert Irwin may just be the very rare exceptions. Maybe there's 5 people in the world that have not been shamed during childhood. But we all have in one way or another. Okay. Some have been shamed in a very cruel, psychological, covert way, like my brother and me, and I really got the most shaming from everyone. Man, they're so misogynistic, my entire family, and they don't know. They think they're so progressive. They don't even know. It's totally unconscious. My mother would go like, when she's driving and there's someone driving kind of weird in front of her, she'd go, I knew it, a woman. It's like, what? Wait a minute, you're a woman too, right? But it's that's that kind of stuff, like total, like unconscious sideways snarls. Very toxic. This brings a lot of anger up for me, but anger, that's an emotion we also should not repress, of course, but sit with it and actually feel it. What does it feel like? It feels raw, right? Really raw. The anger feels raw. It feels like it's burning. It's burning. It feels like you want to punch someone, right? Punch the pillow if you have to. But don't even do that. Thich Nhat Hanh said, don't even. If you can avoid that, it would be better, because just sit with that in meditation is actually much, much more helpful. But sometimes we can't help it. We have to punch the pillow, of course. Or the padded wall at the Primal Training Center in LA. We throw ourselves against the padded walls and do some Medusa screaming. That's very good. It steams out a lot of stuff. It's very helpful. But then there's stuff underneath that also needs to be addressed, because if we don't address it, then we stay stuck with that anger stuff, and then it becomes a loop, and then we become almost addicted to steaming it out, and then it becomes an act out again. It's not good. So it's better there's a lot, the brain very easily gets addicted to stuff. There's dopamine reception loops. Okay. So we have to pay attention to all of this, to all of those addictions, and we have to stop that cycle of addiction in that moment, and we have to say, okay, no, I'm not going to continue with this. I'm sitting down and I'm going into that feeling. What does it feel like? It feels raw. Breathe. It feels raw, okay? The anger feels raw. So let me churn this through. Okay, anger. How does it feel like? Yeah, it feels raw. I want to punch him. It feels so raw. Okay, so what's underneath then? Let's get to that after you churned the anger through. So what's underneath the anger? There's something underneath, right? Or you wouldn't be angry in the first place. Hurt. You're hurt. What hurt you? What is it that hurt you? They were having fun and I wasn't part of it. Okay, why does it hurt? Or what comes up? Feel this, feel it all the way without acting out. What does it feel like? It's about you now, not about them. Leave them alone. It's about you. What does it feel like? Okay. feel excluded, you feel disrespected, you feel shunned, you feel rejected. Okay? And it goes very deep into childhood. Very, very deep. What does it remind you of? When were you rejected in childhood? Okay, who rejected you? Was it your mother? In most cases, it's the mother, but could also be the father or anyone. Anyone who is our caregiver, we depend on them. They could be mean suddenly. They could be cold. What does it feel like? We feel helpless. It feels really, really painful, like flames. Little child. Shunned. Little child is shunned. When that person grows up, they want to make excuses for that because it feels better. They wanna. My violin teacher, Margaret, I'll never forget that. Man, that woman had a whole load of pain. Japanese American. My God, she was beaten as a child. She and her brothers and sisters. And then she says to me, "We deserved it." Seriously? I talked to her about cryotherapy. I was still in cryotherapy when I was friends with her, and we were hanging out together, and she was also giving me violin lessons, and I was paying her for that. And we played with her dog Sasha, and I saw how she treated Sasha, and it was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. That's when I saw her treat Sasha really bad. That's when I had to break off. There's no way I can tolerate this. And I said, "Don't treat Sasha like that. Okay? That's not her fault that she took your shoe." And she repeated the same pattern that was done to her as when she was a child. And she thinks that she, when she was a child, was a spoiled brat and she deserved spanking. No child deserves spanking, ever. Okay? No child deserves any kind of physical violence or emotional violence. But people make up an excuse later on, like, "I was bad," or whatever, "I deserved it." No, you didn't. But that feels better to the ego to think that, to view it like that. No, you did nothing wrong, and you were wronged for no reason, and that feels so incredibly horrific. Feel it, in meditation. Feel it without acting it out. What does it feel like? I was hurt by the very people that are supposed to love me when I was a child. And I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve to be abandoned, locked away in my room for all night and all morning so that my parents can have fun in their bedroom without me coming in and bothering them. And the loneliness of it. The bittersweet feelings of apple juice and cookies and chocolate. But the door locked. Here's some chocolate. Here's some apple juice for you. But leave us alone. That feeling. That's where the pain is, That's where the pain is. That's why I have particular problems when I see a lonely animal, because I understand what that feels like, to be abandoned and lonely. And that's where my own pain is. I am lonely. I survive because Paul is giving me foot massages at night, because he cares about me. I'm not attracted to him physically, but he gives me foot massages as a friend, and he is not that much into sex or something. So I mean, I don't know. He got mad at me when he saw me tell people that he has no libido. He saw that he was peeking into the chat room. He saw me write that he has zero libido. He got mad at me for that. That's not true. Well, at least towards me, that he has zero libido, but that's because I had affairs and stuff like that. I met a guy in person one time. That was in 2010. A photographer, and that guy was actually worse. That sexual encounter was worse than the one with Paul. So that made Paul little bit feel a little bit better, but not that much better, of course, because that's also when I stopped having sexual interactions with Paul. Not long after I had that encounter with the photographer. Unfortunately, no philosopher inside. That would be so much better. So, but yeah. That kind of keeps me above water, like with a snorkel coming out the surface. I'm surviving. But that's not the life I want to live. No. I tell you what I need. I need a boyfriend who is kind to me, who doesn't play vicious head games, mind games, who doesn't flirt with other women in front of me. We can have an open relationship. Don't shove that situation in my face. Okay? Like don't flirt in front of me. Don't get all fruity with other women in front of me. It's not cool. It hurts. Yeah. And someone who doesn't do that. Okay? Someone who's nice to me. Someone who wants only me. I mean, there's gotta be someone out there, right? I'm not that picky. I mean, that could be an older guy too. I'm not that picky. There's gotta be someone out there who is not repelled by my neediness. Someone who doesn't abuse my vulnerability and the things that I say about my life and turn the knife against me with that. I say vulnerable things and people will use that to exploit me, to hurt me with it. My belly is up and they come and stab me into my belly. That's where the pain is. When I was a child, I drew a painting called Evil Ghost Bites Child into Her Belly. I need someone who loves me unconditionally, who doesn't get mad, who doesn't get mean, or doesn't hate me, who doesn't do psychological games. Someone who supports me, supportive. Someone who wants me on every level. Someone who appreciates my body. There's a lot of pain in that one. There's a lot of pain in that. Because my mother didn't appreciate me. That goes way back into infancy. And that's why when the mother is cold to her child, to her baby, that's a severe trauma. There's the rat again eating on the, oh, you cute little thing, you're beautiful. That's so beautiful. Oh gosh. That's real terrible. That's the worst pain, when the mother is cold to her baby. That's the worst thing there is. I mean, women who do that, who are cold to their babies, they cause that person to suffer for 100 years. That's a 100-year-long inferno that they cause. Such horror, I've been working on this. I've been feeling this, incrementally, this kind of pain. But this is that inwardness process. And the moment when you say you hate yourself, you are entering into the ego dissolution funnel. When I say I'm jealous, I'm entering into the ego dissolution funnel. I feel rejected, I'm in that ego dissolution funnel. Beautiful thing. And then I go through that, and that's the total inwardness process. When I'm in that ego dissolution funnel, I go through it with breathing. I don't resist. No more resistance, no more ego, no more clenching, no more acting out on others, no more expectations from others. Leave other people alone. Do that process every single day. Go through that ego dissolution funnel every single day, and gradually you will be so surprised. Gradually your life will become easier. You will heal. You will have more understanding for others. You will connect more with others. You will find friends. We all need friends. We need a community. We need to talk to each other. Okay? You guys take care.